So you're looking for a dog trainer here in Madison, Alabama. Well, you're in the right place. We're going to walk you through exactly how to find a great one so you can feel really good about your choice.
You know how it is in Madison, right? One minute you're trying to have a nice, peaceful walk on the Indian Creek Greenway, and the next you're navigating the hustle and bustle at Bridge Street Town Center. Life's just so much easier and way more fun when your dog can handle it all with you, without the stress.
All right, here's what we've got on tap. We'll talk about what training looks like specifically for life in Madison, what to look for in a good trainer, the different programs and what they cost, some must-ask questions, and then finish up with local rules and resources you'll want to know about.
All right, let's get into it. First things first, training for life right here in Madison. This is all about getting your dog ready for the world they actually live in with you every single day. You know, this is why a local trainer can be such a huge help. They get Madison. They understand what it's like to walk down a busy street like Research Park Boulevard. They can meet you at a place like Dublin Park to work on skills in a real-world setting. That local know-how makes the training so much more practical from day one.
Okay, so what does good training even mean? Let's talk about the training philosophy and the credentials that really matter. This is how you spot a quality professional. The big one you're going to hear about, and for good reason, is positive reinforcement. It's pretty simple, really. It just means you reward the behavior you want to see. It's kind, it's effective, and honestly, it's the best way to build a really strong, trusting relationship with your dog.
And on the other side of that coin, you really want to avoid any trainer who uses fear, intimidation, or any kind of harsh physical corrections. Those methods are just outdated, and they can actually create new problems or make existing ones worse. Not to mention, it can really damage that special bond you have with your dog.
So how can you tell if a trainer is the real deal? Well, certifications are a great place to start. You'll see these bunches of letters like CPDTK or KPA-CTP. They might look like alphabet soup, but they're a signal that this person has put in the work, passed exams, and is serious about their education and using modern, humane methods.
All right, let's move on to the practical stuff. What kind of programs are out there? What do they look like? And of course, what can you expect to pay?
So you've basically got two main flavors, group classes and private lessons. Group classes, they're awesome for socialization and getting your dog to focus with distractions around. But if your main headache is something specific that happens at home, like going nuts when the doorbell rings, then private lessons are probably your best bet for that focused, one-on-one help.
Okay, let's talk numbers. Here's a ballpark of what you might see for costs here in Madison. A typical 6-week group class usually falls somewhere between $140 and $225. A single private lesson is often in that $80 to $120 range. And then you have the more intensive options like a board and train, which is a much bigger investment, as you can see.
Now for my favorite part. This is your checklist. These are the questions you can take with you to make sure you're finding the absolute right person to work with.
All right, let's run through these. First, always ask about their methods. You want to hear that positive reinforcement we talked about. Ask about their certifications. Ask them how they'll tailor a program specifically for your dog and your goals. And of course, you want them to be able to tell you how you'll track progress and give you a clear, upfront breakdown of all the costs. No surprises.
Okay, let's bring it all home to Madison. We're going to wrap up by talking about the local rules you need to know and some great spots around town to practice all those new skills.
All right, if you remember one number from this whole thing, make it this one, 6 feet.
Why 6 feet? Because that's the maximum leash length allowed by the city ordinance here in Madison. Anytime you're on public property, and that means sidewalks, parks, the greenways, all of it, your leash can't be longer than that.
Just a few other local things to keep in mind. Rabies vaccination is a state law, so that's a must. Good news, though, you don't need a separate dog license for Madison County. And just a heads up, the city does have a nuisance ordinance about excessive barking, which, hey, is another great reason training comes in handy.
So, where can you go to practice? Well, the trails at the Rainbow Mountain Trail System are perfect for working on those on-leash skills. You can also head to dog-friendly stores like Tractor Supply or Lowe's to work on good manners around new people and sites.
Look, at the end of the day, picking a trainer isn't just about stopping a dog from jumping or pulling. It's really about finding a partner, someone who can help you and your dog have the best possible life together, right here in Madison. So as you're looking for a trainer, start dreaming a little. With the right training, where's the first new place you and your dog are going to go together? Maybe you'll finally feel comfortable at an outdoor cafe or taking a walk through a busy park. Good luck with your search.
A well-trained dog just opens up so much of what makes living here in Madison so great.